Hi everyone, I'm Russ.
Mark,
And this is a spirited endeavor.
Priming the Pump edition.
Yes.
So happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
All right, so we decided that we're going to do some new whiskeys, or at least new ones that we've not tried before prior to this episode, with the exception of this one, because I had to break into it to do a little review to throw up on Instagram. But we're really excited. We're really excited for this one.
Yes.
Now, this one was a gift from Laws. You know, we've been reviewing their whiskeys for a while. We've developed a kind of a little bit of a relationship with them, and as a result, for New Year's, they sent us this Origins. Now, this is a 10-year-old whiskey.
Yeah.
So this was bottled in 2011. It's got a really kind of an interesting story because these are some of the founders' grains.
Yeah.
The founders' barrels that went into this whiskey. Now, you were saying you gave me an interesting factoid just before this.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of them that make this one pretty interesting. So the founder of Laws actually distilled this one with assistance from or mentoring from somebody else, but he was the one that did the distillation. Then it was barreled. Those barrels were then sold off to help finance the growth of the distillery. And my understanding, if I remember correctly, was that that was part of what funded the creation of these really unique bottles. Long story short, they ended up getting them back, and they held on to them, and ultimately decided to release them as special editions, which obviously we've got here. Now, my understanding is you can only purchase these at the distillery.
That is correct.
So this is probably, you're not going to come across this one on the shelf of your local liquor store. But that said, it's something special from the sounds of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple things on this one. I mean, this was a gift from Laws. I mean, they're awesome folks over there.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, we're so grateful on this. Second of all, we're not going to put out a review in the typical sense. We're not going to give it a grade or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we are going to give you our impressions on it.
Yeah.
And I think this one is just while we're trying, and man, let's just get into it.
Get at it.
Let's just get it. All right. So I mean, this came in a beautiful box.
Really is.
Yeah. Let me show this to you real quick. So there's a little story about the whiskey in here. I mean, it was just a beautiful presentation, and like I said, I couldn't be more proud. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that if this would be like a unicorn whiskey,
I could see that.
and you'll understand why. Like I said, I've already tasted it.
Now, this is based off their 4-grain?
This is their 4-grain.
Okay.
So it's their 4 mother grains, and they're represented in here. So that's corn, wheat, barley, and rye.
So that is dark.
That is a dark whiskey.
So that's what 10 years does.
That's what 10 years does in Colorado.
Yeah. Again,
the
nice
oils.
oils.
Yeah. Now this is a cask strength whiskey.
Yeah.
So this one was 53.4% ABV.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what came out of the barrels on this one. There were only 804 barrels of this made, or 804 bottles made.
Interesting.
All right. So that nose is all kinds of good. All right, so I'm getting like an herbal note, like a perfume quality to it.
Yeah, that's the first thing hit me.
Yeah, it's got beautiful oak notes in there. I'm really picking up like old wood, like old oiled wood.
There's almost just a hint of something floral too.
Yes, I think that's a rye coming through.
Yeah,
because we are getting a beautiful floral note in there. And I'm getting tobacco. I'm getting like pipe tobacco in there.
Yeah, that I could see. For me, it's just right around the edges.
Yeah, it's
nice vapors too.
I know, right? Now I want a air freshener of this.
Yeah,
I really do.
Get pulled over at every light, but I sure wouldn't mind having one. Well,
all right.
Cheers.
Cheers. What amazes me about this whiskey is for 10 years old, man, is that just well-rounded and
Yeah.
and smooth, and it's got a little bit of barrel spice in it, but it's not overwhelming with it. That just, I mean, and the caramel comes through, and I'm getting some of the fruit notes in that, you know, like a light fruit, like a, you know, like a, you know, like a really ripe apple. Maybe a little orange. I'm getting a little bit of that wheat influence in there too. So a little orange zest.
Deep, deep, deep flavors. Yeah, the ABV doesn't bite on this one like I expected at that proof. Man, no shortage of flavor, and it is deep. Caramel, vanilla, definitely a little bit from the rye. The barrel spice, I like the way that presents on this one. It's not obtrusive. It's not the star of the show. I get a little bite on the tongue maybe. But wow. Yeah, so well rounded though.
Right? And it's not a chili pepper spice. It's again, it's like a baking spice, and you know, you're getting that little cinnamon note, and you know, some, you know, things along those lines that are just, you know, not, that are just spicy enough to make it really interesting, but not overpowering in any regard.
So with the 4-grain, you know, the interesting thing about that one is that you can pick out what each grain is bringing to the table. They're well defined. You can pick them out, focus on it, and say that's what this is. This one, it's like they've all kind of melded together and become this one thing, and it is so cool. Just so much depth.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I am getting a tobacco note kind of on the back end of that. It's something that's really, really pleasant, like old, you know, pipe tobacco. You know, just rich and dark. This is not a bright whiskey.
No.
This is dark and sultry and
Yeah, my favorite kind.
yeah.
That said, I have to say though, there's like a little green apple note to this that is refreshing. But it is kind of like that light at the end of the tunnel, because the rest of it's pretty dark, and here I am just salivating like crazy because this is that kind of whiskey.
And you know, like when we tried the Henry Road, you know, that was like a perfect fall whiskey.
Yep.
I think this is a perfect winter whiskey.
I would agree with that. Yeah, good cold temperature kind of whiskey. It's got enough flavor to hold up to a cooler temperature too.
Gives you a nice warmth. Nice warmth all the way down.
Wow.
I am just so impressed with this whiskey.
And the nose keeps, I get little different things each time I go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I am thoroughly impressed.
Oh, got a little alcohol vapor on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't get that before.
Yeah.
But I'm really getting those rich caramels in there. Just like the dark caramel, not the milk caramel, but like really, really dark.
All right, I gotta do it.
You gonna put a drop of water in
I
it.
have to.
I think that's a good call.
I think there's enough here to be able to get away with it. And I'm just curious to see what that does, just because of the different grains that are involved.
Oh yeah. So
and
I mean,
the amount of oil and ABV.
Man, that just brought oils right to the top. Oh, and it released a lot more too.
I was gonna say.
Oh wow. So a lot more oak now.
I get a little bit more of the green apple than I did before.
Yeah. Now that you mention
It's
it,
not as dark on the nose as it was initially.
yeah, exactly. It's a little brighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm getting that apple. You know, now it's sort of reminiscent of the Henry Road,
A little bit.
where you're getting a little bit of that like old orchard, you know, orchard smells.
Yeah, for me, I do woodworking on occasion. This is like fresh cut white oak, and then just a hint of that apple.
Little apple, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Oh yeah, that darkness is gone. Oh,
It's drier now.
it is.
That's like really dry.
That brought out that barrel.
Oh, it really did.
That's like licking an oak plank.
In the best possible way.
I was gonna say that's not bad though.
No, no.
There are some of them get real harsh and nasty when that happens. This one didn't. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. I may have gotten a splinter on my tongue, but man, worth it.
Yeah, and again, just a little bit of that green apple around the edges. Just slight, but the oak at this point becomes the star. That's the 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, that's just layer upon layer upon layer.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's neat. I really dig that. Well, I mean, huge thanks to Laws. Really appreciate it, and absolutely fantastic whiskey.
Yeah, please continue to put out things like this. You know, we'll find a way to get them.
No doubt. But yeah, deep, dark. Oh, yum. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, and thanks for giving it to us. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
All right, guys.
All right, Happy New Year's all.
Happy New Year.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Wow, that's just